This is my video on how to make a bubble motion chart, similar to what's done by Hans Rosling here, who's showing us a comparison between fertility rate, births per women, and life expectancy in all the countries of the world as it's developed over time. This type of chart works best when you have an entity, like a baseball team, passage of time, in this case 1995 to 2016, and then an X, Y, and a Z value, like attendance, wins, and payroll. In order to get this data, I went to baseballreference.com, where I was able to find attendance, wins, loss, and payroll figures for all the teams in the American League East. And once I clicked on them, I was able to download them as an exported Excel file. What you're going to see now is me taking columns of data from the Excel file and then inserting them into a Google spreadsheet for each team. In this case, I appear to be doing the Red Sox attendance, and then I have the wins that you paste in for that array of time. And this was time consuming in the sense that I had to get all of the various spreadsheets to include this data, but then once I had it, it was easy to copy and paste it in so that I had all the data that I needed to do my work. Now that we have our table set up, let's go ahead and insert a chart. You want to select the chart type, and as you scroll down, you will come to the Other section where you will see Motion Chart. I'm going to insert this into the spreadsheet now, and then I will explain some of the parameters and change a few of them to suit our needs. We see here that the x-axis is set to the payroll in millions of dollars. We see that the y-axis is set to wins. I'm going to change this to win percentage, which is a column I finagled into the spreadsheet to give a better data-oriented look at the winning percentage. Then over here I have the size of the bubbles set to reflect attendance, which we'll want to see maybe getting larger and smaller as teams win more or less. And then finally the color is now set to win, function of win percentage. I am going to change that to simply give each team its own unique color that stays consistent, and that way we can follow it. Speaking of the teams, each of the circles represents a team. I'm going to select each of these so that we can see them more clearly for what they are. You'll notice the Tampa Bay Rays are listed here, but they're not here because it's only 1995 in our data, and when we get to 1998 we will see them appear. Okay, let's set this in motion and watch the data go. This brings me to another thing that I meant to talk about, which is that the trail function, as you can see, shows a connection between all of the changes in a data set over time. This creates a very confusing visual. In this case, there are probably data sets where this is very valuable. This is not one of them. It's very distracting, and so I'm going to turn trails off. The other thing I realize I should do is I should adjust the playback speed to be somewhat slower, which I do with this little slider here. Now I will move us back to the beginning, and let's take a look at what we have. So as you can see the teams moving up and down with greater or lesser winning percentages, and then you can see them moving over to the right as payrolls get larger, which you will notice that they inevitably do over time. And you can see that, in a sense, the Red Sox and the Yankees, which traditionally spend much more, do gravitate towards the top. But you can also see that other teams move up and down. And as we all know, the Red Sox tend to dive down once in a while, regardless of how much they spend. And this is a trend that we ultimately see, which is that yes, you can spend a lot of money, but it doesn't necessarily make a winning difference. Although we do see with the Tampa Bay Rays here, sort of down with the lower win percentage and the least amount of money spent, they consistently spend more time in the basement than the other teams, though even they do jump up and down. So I don't think that the trend we were really looking for, which would be a constant dominance of the bigger spending teams, has borne itself out. Although we can see that it is a sort of constant factor. I hope that this has helped you understand how to put a motion chart into an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Sheet. Thank you.